Thank you. Hi, Andini. My name is Candy from Candypalooza. It is such a pleasure to have you.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here.
I am such a fan of yours. You are such an amazing young woman. You have done so many things, and there's so much more coming, I'm sure. But let's talk about your world on money on Million Stories. Tell us, first of all, how did you get involved with Million Stories and your world on money?
Well, I was very lucky that Million Stories asked me to host the show, Your World on Money, and I'd always wanted to start officially hosting things on camera. And I also saw it as such a great learning experience to learn more about financial literacy, which I truly was so lost about previously. So it was an incredible experience, and that's how it got started. Yeah,
That's wonderful. Each episode is fantastic because not only do you, you use speaking to other young people about, financial literacy and kind of asking them questions. When in the process of doing, the intros, did you find that there were certain questions that people kept asking, or people kept, saying, well, actually, no, I don't know that, or oh. Was there anything in particular about financial literacy?
I think a lot of people just don't understand stocks and like retirement funds. Like, how do you start one? When? Like, how much money? What are the different kinds, especially in America? I'm coming from Canada, so I knew even less when it came to like the different funds in the US. Um, yeah, but like for sure, retirement and stocks, I think were the big ones.
That's interesting. Yeah. I have a 16-year-old and I plan on letting him watch the series so that he can kind of get an idea. One of the things that I was really surprised with, it's I think the second episode, the cash flow spreadsheet, which that was super, like, I was like, oh my gosh, like I should totally do that. Like I can do that for my kid. I can, show him and kind of get an idea because, you can look at your bank account kind of and you see the Amazon, and you're just kind of,
I understand.
right? It's like, oh, okay, maybe not so much there anymore. So what was something that that you learned in the series that you were surprised to learn?
Just to start my retirement fund ASAP, which I don't know, I guess like when you're in your 20s, you're like, oh, retirement, like that's decades away. Like I don't even think about that.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I should start now. So I actually just set up a retirement fund savings account, and I plan to deposit in that every month because, yeah, I just didn't know that you had to start so soon. Pretty crazy.
Yeah. One of the things, one of the ladies in one of the episodes, I think it might have been the one about retirement, she was like, well, there's Social Security. And I'm just like, is there though? Will there be? We don't know. Like, oh my gosh, we don't know. Yeah. So that was, I mean, it's kind of scary, when we put all of our faith into something like that. And it's kind of like, ooh, maybe no, we have to kind of do for ourselves. So as an entrepreneur and an inventor yourself, when it comes to, having your own businesses and stuff, how has it been for you managing like your finances and stuff and like overall with the businesses and stuff? If you can talk a little bit about that.
It's been hard. I'm not an expert. This does not like numbers in general, math. I've had to do like tutoring in from grade 3 to grade 12 outside of school. It does not come naturally to me at all.
Same. You're
Yeah, it was definitely hard. And then, as a young person, by the time I was in first and second year university, I started earning quite a lot of money, which I was very lucky to, through my speaking engagements and working with different brands. And suddenly I'd never had money like this before. I was like, oh, I have so much money. I can shop and buy all these things. And I was not responsible with my finances at all. And I still struggle to be nowadays. So really trying to save and stop myself from buying things or making myself think a little bit before I impulse buy is something that I've been learning. Yeah.
Yeah, I think everybody goes through that. You come into a little bit cash and you're just like, ooh, yes, I need this, I need that. And yeah, why not? You got to treat yourself, right? But
you gotta treat yourself, yes, but like draw the line somewhere. But then with my businesses, I think, the most expensive thing for me has been getting patents for my inventions, which have just been the patent process is like literally years and it's so much money. And I just don't think I would ever do it again unless I truly wanted to bring something to market. I think it's a huge money and time suck, and I think the patent office is very antiquated. So yeah.
Yeah, I think trademark is like a year behind on doing trademarks and patents.
Sure, at least, yeah.
Oh, nice. So within each episode, you do have some experts, some financial experts come in and, talk about each of the topics. Did you get to choose them, or did
Million Stories was very wonderful in finding the experts that were also good at communicating and knew what they were talking about. So I was just very lucky to show up and speak to them and ask them my questions.
Awesome. Great. And there's also a lot of history, which I really enjoyed. Did you do a lot of that research, or did Million Stories also help with
That
that?
was Million Stories. Million Stories had truly great writers and such a great production team putting this together. And I was very lucky. I was giving input on the scripts and how to shape things, but truly the research was done by them. So yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, I mean, the episodes, they're short and sweet, but they're to the point and such great information throughout the episode. So would you say that I guess retirement, since it's definitely made an impact on you, that you opened up your own retirement fund, which episode has made like the most impact, and I guess the most impact on yourself, and the one that you've kind of found yourself talking about just to everybody and anybody that'll listen?
Oh gosh, I think the first episode's really strong about credit. And I think, yeah, I think just learning more about how credit works, because I didn't have a personal credit card. I had a shared one with my mom, but I'm just getting my first my own credit card. So
Nice.
learning about that was so important. And I think the overall shape of the episode was very strong as well.
Definitely. Yeah. The entire series. I mean, I cannot just tell you how impressed, and like I said, everything about it is just fantastic, and you do a wonderful job.
Oh, thank you. I'm so glad you enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's fantastic. So I guess what I know what you've learned, what would you like people watching to come away with after watching the series?
Just a feeling of a little more knowledge when it comes to their own financial literacy, and feeling a little more prepared to take action, and like feeling like, yeah, maybe tomorrow I'll like go up and do an account, or like invest in some stocks, whatever it may be. Just feeling like a little more like I got this, versus like I don't know where to begin.
Right.
So I hope that's the feeling of confidence that we inspire, or just curiosity for a viewer to go, okay, this is really interesting, actually, let me go and investigate and learn some more.
Right. Yeah. Curiosity is definitely a good thing. And, like you said, people are going to want to learn more. And are there plans for season 2? Because I think there's still so much more to hit, right?
There's a lot more to hit. We will see. Fingers crossed.
Awesome. I hope so. And hopefully we'll speak again for season 2.
Yeah, sounds like a plan.
All
Thank
right.
you so much.
Thank you, Andini. It was a pleasure.